Jim Irsay, beloved owner and visionary leader of the Indianapolis Colts, dies at 65. Cause of death and final words revealed. May 22, 2025, Indianapolis, IN. The National Football League and fans across the world are mourning the passing of Jim Irsay, the longtime owner and CEO of the Indianapolis Colts, who died on May 22, 2025, at the age of 65. His family confirmed that he died from complications of congestive heart failure following a recent hospitalization. In a statement released early this morning, they also shared Irsay's final words: "Take care of the team and each other." Known for his passion, philanthropy, and often unfiltered candor, Irsay's legacy stretches far beyond the gridiron. His unexpected death leaves a void in professional football and in the Indianapolis community he loved so fiercely. From shadows to spotlight, a life in football. Born on June 13, 1959, in Lincolnwood, Illinois, James Jim Irsay was destined for a life immersed in football. The son of Robert Irsay, who purchased the Colts franchise in 1972, Jim grew up watching the game from behind the scenes, absorbing the highs and lows of franchise ownership. By the time he was in his 20s, he was already managing various team operations. In 1997, after the death of his father, Irsay officially took over as owner and CEO of the Colts. Under his leadership, the Colts experienced one of the most successful periods in franchise history, including the crowning achievement of winning Super Bowl XL9 in 2007 with quarterback Peyton Manning at the helm. Irsay's commitment to building a world-class organization helped cement Indianapolis as a permanent fixture in NFL greatness. A colorful, unapologetic visionary, Jim Irsay was never a quiet figure. Whether it was his heartfelt tweets about mental health, his lavish collection of rock memorabilia, or his deeply personal advocacy work, Irsay made headlines for both his business acumen and his unfiltered humanity. Friends and colleagues often described him as a man of contradictions, fierce yet vulnerable, wild yet wise, impulsive yet deeply compassionate. He wore his heart on his sleeve and made no attempt to hide his struggles with addiction, which he confronted publicly in hopes of helping others facing similar demons. Jim was a rare soul, said former Colts head coach Tony Dungy. He felt deeply, gave generously, and truly loved the game and the people in it. That, building more than a football team. While he will be remembered for his contributions to the NFL, Jim Irsay's impact on the Indianapolis community might be even more enduring. Through the Irsay Family Foundation and numerous personal donations, he contributed tens of millions of dollars to mental health initiatives, housing for veterans, arts programs, and addiction recovery services. He was also the driving force behind the transformation of Lucas Oil Stadium into more than just a football venue. It became a cultural landmark. From hosting concerts to charity events and community gatherings, Irsay's vision was rooted in the belief that sports franchises have a duty to serve their cities. He didn't just own the Colts, said Indiana Governor Eric Holcomb. He invested in our people, stood up for those without a voice, and redefined what it means to be a sports leader. The final days and his parting words. Jim Irsay had battled ongoing health challenges in recent years. In the weeks leading up to his death, he had been in and out of the hospital due to complications related to congestive heart failure. Those closest to him said he remained optimistic and in high spirits, still calling into Colts meetings and keeping up with player development. On May 22nd, surrounded by family and key members of the Colts organization, Irsay reportedly uttered his final words: "Take care of the team and each other." Simple yet profound, they reflected his lifelong commitment to loyalty, leadership, and love for the game, his staff, and the fans. Reactions from the NFL and beyond. Tributes have poured in from across the country. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell released a statement saying, "Jim Irsay was not just a franchise owner. He was a friend, a fighter, and a fearless voice. His legacy is one of bold leadership and unwavering love for football." Peyton Manning, who spent over a decade under Irsay's ownership, called him the ultimate player's owner, someone who truly believed in us, stood by us, and celebrated our wins and losses alike. He was family. The Colts organization has announced that it will wear a commemorative patch featuring Irsay's initials and birth year for the upcoming season. Lucas Oil Stadium will also host a public memorial and celebration of life, open to fans and community members. A legacy that lives on. Jim Irsay's death marks the end of an era, but his influence will endure. His daughters, particularly Carly Irsay Gordon, who has served as vice chair of the Colts, are expected to continue the family's stewardship of the franchise. Sources close to the organization say Jim had been mentoring them for years in preparation for this transition. In addition, the Irsay Foundation will be renamed the Jim Irsay Legacy Fund, focusing on causes he championed during his life, including mental health awareness, addiction recovery, and arts preservation. Irsay's famous memorabilia collection, which included guitars from Prince and John Lennon's piano, will go on a nationwide tour later this year, fulfilling his wish to bring inspiration through music and history to the people. Conclusion: a man larger than football. Jim Irsay may have been born into football royalty, but he made the role his own through passion, purpose, and philanthropy. His life was not without controversy, but it was undeniably lived with authenticity and intensity. As the Colts and the NFL enter a new chapter, they do so in the shadow of a man who saw football as more than a game. He saw it as a family, and in his final moments, his message was clear: take care of each other. Jim Irsay, 1959-2025. Rest in peace.